You need my name and everything first?
Yes.
Douglas, last name is Gerke, G-O-E-R-K-E, Chief of Police for the City of St. Cloud. Good morning. At approximately 2:44 this morning, St. Cloud police officers responded to an alarm at Starling Chevrolet, the vehicle dealership located at 1001 East Earl Bronson Memorial Highway. They received information from the alarm company that was monitoring the property that they were observing an individual or subjects near the back of the dealership who appeared to be loitering and acting suspiciously. When officers arrived, they began checking the parking lot. As they approached the east side of the building, they observed a black male subject in a passenger side of the vehicle. Officers immediately gave commands for this subject to show his hands, and he quickly fled. He ran towards the back of the Wawa gas station, which is adjoining right next door. Officers pursued that suspect on foot through the back of the parking lot and over the fence into an adjoining yard. When officers looked for him, they initially lost sight of the suspect and then began searching the dense brush areas on the other side of the fence. The suspect was found hiding in the bushes. Officers gave the suspect numerous commands to show his hands and cooperate, but the suspect did not comply. During the encounter, the suspect produced a firearm and an officer-involved shooting occurred. Once the scene was secure, officers immediately began life-saving measures, including applying a tourniquet and performing CPR. The suspect was transported to St. Cloud Hospital by the St. Cloud Fire Department, where he succumbed to his injuries. 2 officers were involved and neither one was injured. As in all officer-involved shootings, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement will conduct an independent investigation. The State Attorney's Office responded to the scene as well, and they are following along. The suspect is a black male in his 20s from the Orlando area. The suspect has a lengthy criminal history, which includes 17 felony arrests and 8 misdemeanors. At this time, the next of kin has not been notified, so I will not be releasing his name, and this is still an active investigation. I'm willing to take any questions you may have.
Sure. Were there any other people who were in the parking lot who police would also be considered part of this incident?
So that's, again, there's still an active investigation. What we were told on the call, the 911 call from the alarm monitoring company says subjects. We're still looking at video. We're working with Starling Chevrolet right now so we can actually view everything. And all that's going to be part of the investigation is how this person actually arrived at that dealership and how he may have gotten there. So we're still working through that.
So are there anyone else that you're looking for?
At this point, no, until more information becomes available to us, until we have a chance to really review that video footage. Right now, we don't have that.
So when he was followed into the bushes, it's safe to assume that he had a gun on him then at that point because he fired at the officer? Or? So
that is all part of the investigation from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. What I can tell you is, and we'll be sharing a photo of the firearm itself, that firearm was produced during the encounter when the officers were trying to take him into custody and give him commands.
Any idea at this point why these people may have been in the parking lot?
Again, he was inside of a vehicle. When the officers saw him, he was inside the passenger side of a vehicle. We're determining whether or not that's his vehicle or not. Leads me to believe in his criminal history, he does have something very similar to this up in the Orlando area at a Porsche dealership, so it's very possible that he was doing this also. Same thing.
When you say doing this, as in like stealing?
Potentially breaking into a vehicle. That's basically what we have at this point. We have somebody that was inside of a vehicle that we believe was not his at the time. When we gave him commands, he took off running.
Was anybody else in the vehicle?
No, he was by himself. Any other questions?
Are you able to share how many years the 2 officers have been with the department?
So one of the officers has, well, they've both been here less than a year with the St. Cloud Police Department. One of the officers has approximately 11 years from Puerto Rico Police through Central Florida agencies, and he came to us. The other officer is a newer officer also, so they have less than a year.
Both officers fired their weapons?
Yes.
And they're on paid administrative leave?
That is correct. I'm sorry. Both officers are on paid administrative leave while the outcome is happening, as is normal standard and procedure for us.
Anything, any information you're looking for from the public? Anything that people should look out for? Anything like that?
Obviously anything. If anyone saw anything in the area at the time, again, it was 2:44 in the morning. We would welcome any information. Obviously, again, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is conducting the independent investigation on our behalf. So we would ask them to get in touch with them, but anything that anyone saw anything or anyone knows anything individual about anyone that's been in and out of around this area, we'd love to have the information shared with us.
Are you able to just last thing comment on your officers' kind of approach to the situation? Obviously, just the way they handled it, and obviously kind of seems like it was an intense situation at one point.
You know, and again, I've had an opportunity to sit and talk to each one of you. You've come out here, you've been here before. This job is very difficult. It is not an easy one. Where somebody we thought maybe just burglarizing a vehicle, if they're armed with a firearm, we would never know that. I think the officers responded appropriately. And again, all this is going to come out in the investigation. I'm very proud of our officers. I'm proud of what the work they do every day, day in and day out. They go out and risk their lives every day, not knowing if they're going to come back to their families. This is a tragic event all around, to be honest with you. An officer doesn't go to work every day thinking that they're going to take out their firearm and have to shoot somebody. And it's just one of the unfortunate aspects of what we do every day. And I will tell you, again, it's going to have some long-lasting consequences even for the officers as well. So.
How would you describe the risk to the public while all of this was going on?
Well, the risk to the public, I mean, it's very, very minimal at this point. At 2:45 in the morning, we didn't believe there was any risk to the public specifically. But I will tell you, though, when a suspect produces a firearm, unfortunately, it's the suspect's actions that cause us to react the way we do. So again, I know our public information officer or manager is going to he's going to give you a photo of the firearm that was used. That still was recovered at the scene. And I think you're going to see that basically it appears that it was stovepipe, which means that maybe it was potentially fired and it got stuck. So you're going to see some photos. You're going to get a chance to really look at this firearm. And again, this is the real risk that our officers take every single day to go out there and serve our community and make sure they remain safe. So this is an individual that's obviously come out there committing crimes. He's carrying a firearm. It's definitely not the right thing to be doing. Thank you, everyone.